Hey guys, Maneli Jamal here. I'm a solo acoustic guitar player who specializes in percussive elements, slapping, and slap harmonics as well. Just pretty much using every inch of the guitar as much as possible and kind of getting a very rich and full sound. This exercise we're going to be looking at here focuses more on a percussion technique as well as a left hand independence from the right hand as well. So let me just play it for you guys once and then I'll break it down for you so we can just kind of analyze it and be able to play it at home. Okay, so as we can see here, we've got quite a few things going on here. The left hand, all that it's doing now, this is in 6/8 time by the way. The left hand, all that it's doing is just we're going to be tapping on the E minor chord here, tapping it and then releasing it right away. So this is how it sounds with just the left hand alone. So this is pretty much done over and over and over again. Once we are able to do this, we can actually incorporate the right hand techniques and really give it some life here as well. So let's have a look at what the right hand is doing here as well. So as I'm playing this, what we can do is we can count threes. It might be a little bit hard for some, but it's very important to count threes simply because the downbeat with my palm that I'm hitting down here in the lower bout of the guitar is going to be on the first beat and the fourth beat. So if we were to do that and just really break it down really slowly, we would have this. And so forth. So as you can see here, I'm using the palm here with my right hand on the lower bout of the guitar. Now this is not something that you have to do, this is just the way I do it. You can easily do it over here in the middle near the bridge. You can do it above the neck here as well. You can pretty much find anywhere that sounds good. And pretty much I think everything will sound good, it just depends on what kind of sound you're going for, most importantly. Now let's have a look at this again, but now I'm going to just add an addition here as well. As you can see that this was more of a kick drum sound. Now we're going to add a snare sound on the drum kit to add to that as well. Now what I'm doing here is I'm using my second finger and my third finger here on my right hand. I'm using right where the finger crease is, right here as well. I'm using this part to hit the right where the side meets the top of the guitar. Simply because this is how I feel I can get a nice, like a sharp attack, I guess you could say. And that combined with the thumping of the palm, we can get a nice groove going like this. And so forth. So now let's actually incorporate this with the 6/8 feel. Now I'm going to play this really slowly for you. And one thing I do want to mention as well is that the very first note that I'll be playing is going to be a percussive hit. By that, I mean that I'm going to be using my palm over the strings here or even on the bridge sometimes. At the same time, I'm going to use my nails or my fingers to strike the fingers down to get this kind of sound. So as you can see, that's a very sharp attack and it's a very aggressive accent as well. That can be compared to this sound. As you can see, it doesn't quite have that backing force, that kick drum. So it's really important to kind of use your palm at the same time as you strike. This way we get a very nice percussive and loud hit as well. So now really slowly, I will play it down for you guys. And so forth. Of course, this can also be done with some slapping exercises as well. So this is just simply one way of doing it. The other way that I might want to play it as well is to actually use my my middle finger here again, right where that crease is for the top of the fingertip here. I'm going to be tapping this pretty much on the 12th fret. Now when I'm doing this, I can get a very nice sharp attack with the harmonics. Now as you can see, this is all done while holding the E minor chord as well, simply because if we're not holding this, it might not quite sound so beautiful. But again, feel free to experiment with that as well. And another thing I'm doing here with the slap harmonic, I'm using, again, my palm to reinforce it, again, at the top of the guitar here, simply because I can't do this at the same time and tap at the same time. So I'm using my palm here at the top of the guitar, at the same time slapping it on the 12th fret. This can be done on the 12th fret, 19th fret, 17th fret. There are harmonics all over the guitar that we can really use. And the brighter the acoustic guitar, the more we'll be able to hear it as well. So now let me break this down for you guys as well while using the harmonic slap as opposed to the percussive hit on the lower bout of the guitar. So this is how it goes. So as you can see there, this can actually be used to your advantage here by quite a bit, especially if you actually use both elements, both the percussive elements with their harmonic slap element. So now let me just kind of demonstrate to you just how it would sound if we were to combine both of these together now in the same kind of feel, the 6/8 feel. And so forth. As you can see, this is a loopable thing, so we can actually play this over and over and over again until we get it nice and clean. I would also suggest you play this with a metronome, just so you get a good feel of the groove and the timing and everything of it as well. Another kind of method of doing this as well, we can actually start using our first finger now as well. We can use two fingers to slap, to use these slap harmonics. So the first thing we can actually do, we can accent on playing on the low E string. So I'm using my first finger here on the low E string, the 12th fret here, just like this. This obviously isn't as bright as using the second finger on the higher strings here, on the E string, B string, and G string. But if we actually combine the two, we get a nice dynamic range here that we can actually follow. So this is just an example here as well. So as you can see, I've utilized both slap harmonic techniques as well as percussive elements, both a kick drum and a snare sound, all in one kind of song. And you can do this pretty much with any chord as well. I'm just using an E minor chord simply because it's a simple chord to play in standard tuning. If you're able to kind of do this with other tunings, you can actually see the potential of all the sounds you can get with the guitar. So this is just one possibility, and I hope this helps you with your future endeavors.